diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want the chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch?
Hey, welcome to Root Zones, bringing you the good news and the bad news of crypto. My name is Wayne.
And my name is Manish.
And if you like money in crypto, guys, make sure to smash the subscribe button. So today, Solana tumbles 10% after a 320 million wormhole exploit. Now, of course, what does that mean? Well, it allows users to swap Solana directly for other cryptocurrencies on the decentralized apps or the apps across the Ethereum crypto network, a service known as a blockchain bridge. So, of course, this stumble happened in the last 24 hours. But the beauty about this is that Solana community held up strong, because if this was in any other cryptocurrency, there will be a 50% dump, right? So 10% is a walk in the park, as we know in the crypto space. 50 to 90% is the norm. So crypto fell about 10% in 24 hours at $98 during the Asian afternoon hours. The price of Solana dipped to about $100 mark after attackers took advantage of an exploit on a wormhole on a popular bridge between Solana and Ethereum networks. Now, the bridge are tools to transfer native assets and data between two separate blockchains. Now, Solana fell about 10% in 24 hours, trading at 98 in Asian afternoon hours. The chart shows that price of Solana fell below about $98 resistance level before traders push up the price to 99 during the Asian hours. Now, the price fell as low as 97 before gaining 40 cents at the time of this article. So nearly $13 million worth of liquidations occurred on futures tracking SOL, according to the data from analytics tool CoinGlass. Now, over 5.6 million of these occurred over the crypto exchange Binance, followed by 4.6 million on FTX. FTX, of course, liquidation occurs when the trader has insufficient funds to keep the leverage trade open. Now, these are people who are actually borrowed money, right, using the exchange fund rates, and pump up the price going long. So when anything happens in terms of a sudden drop, they get liquidated based on the number of tokens or price that they lock the money in, 10x or whatever they are trading. So very risky times for such things to happen, but it happens. So you got to always be careful. Here at Root Zones, we don't advise to actually borrow money unless you know what you're doing, and we have tested it out ourselves, but we don't. So there's risk there. So the price dropped after the wormhole exploited on Wednesday night. Wormhole confirmed the exploit in a tweet during the Asian hours, and also said that the add Ethereum over the next few hours to ensure Rep Ethereum is representation of Ethereum on Solana is backed by a one-to-one basis, and Ethereum to prevent malfunctioning on the DeFi applications. Now, DeFi application uses smart contract to provide financial services such as trading, lending, borrowing to users. Concern loom over traders and developers after the exploit. If nobody backs it and the coin are truly gone, then wormhole Ethereum is worth zero. George Harrop, founder of Solana DeFi platform Step Finance, said in the interview with CoinDesk. Now, everyone who have the balance, it becomes worthless, and DeFi protocol users and everyone. Attackers stole close to 120,000 Rep Ethereum by tricking a series of smart contracts on Solana digitally signed to elicit the transaction. Now, the attacker could effectively lie about the fact that the signature check program was executed. The signature weren't being checked at all, explained the Ethereum developer Kelvin Feature in the tweet. Signature checks are automatic step used by Wormhole to verify transaction between two networks. Now, sentiment among the industry observer on the Twitter remained mixed. The bridge that Solana hype was secured, trustless, a few months ago just got hacked for 80,000 Ethereum. Founder of crypto fund Starbloom Ventures. Adam Koran, a founder of crypto fund Ventures, said that the blockchain bridges have inbuilt security mechanism to control the loss of funds in case of an exploit. Feels like bridges should have some sort of second contract that acts like a time lock, cold storage, set capital control limits on how much outflow it can happen max, and has governance voting for a freeze. A very important thing. So I believe now that they have already got in touch with the hacker. Maybe they don't know the actual KYC of the hacker. Let's check this out. Let's see in this article about the wormhole attempting to negotiate with the on-chain hacker, right? We already know this in the tweet. It was confirmed the on-chain attention about 80,000 uh, worth of Ethereum. Of course, in the blockchain, that's the beauty of blockchain. You can actually see the ledger. Ledger meaning tracking the movement and the flow of money. And they know, and they actually contacted the person. But let's see if I'm just actually quickly just running through Ethereum. Vitalik Buterin argued that the breaches was not to be popular in the future due to the part of risk to backing the breach asset. So maybe Vitalik himself argued this way back early this year on Ethereum bridges, especially cross-chain or multi-chain. There are fundamental limits, right, to the security bridges that hop across multiple zones sovereignty, right? So very interesting tweet. You can actually check out Vitalik Ethereum. Good that we follow him. So that's very important. But yeah, I think no news yet on their conversation between the hacker. Of course, Vitalik Buterin have actually called this out a couple of maybe months back. Let's see, when was this post? This was sometime on Jan 8. So a month ago, Vitalik Buterin sends this, right? So I think when we look at people who, I mean, you can have audits, right? But technology changes, people will find better ways. Men who builds will find ways to actually destroy what they build, right? So that has always been the case. So even having audits may not stop a certain hacks like this, but buying into a top 30 coin, I believe the people who actually lost that money, I believe that it's Solana will actually come out to actually pay those people. I don't know. Let's see what happens. That's something that we hope for to give the boost to investors. But it's a 10% drops really show the community and the power of Solana. And of course, we have seen Solana almost climbing to $300. So getting it at 1/3 of the price now, if you are buying, if you believe that this has a future,
Very good time, yeah.
very good time to buy. We also just check out this. This is actually, we had the death cross happen sometime at 10 of Jan. And now with this further dip, you are getting it close to, I think the lowest it was what, $76. So this is something to take note, right? 76. Let me just map that. Yeah, so about
Fully, it
87 right
comes
now.
to
Currently it's
50.
about $100 per Solana. Great time to buy. When myself and Manish, we covered this, we were talking about Solana at the mark of $29. Today you can get it at 100. Look at the future of Solana, Ethereum, and Bitcoin. Is all we can say. Second in the news, Thailand relaxes on tax rules for crypto investors, scraping about 15% withholding tax. Thailand has relaxed on the tax rule, scraping its plan to withhold. The revenue department did a lot of homework and reach out to crypto operators as well to get the feedback. It is much more friendly to both investors and the industry. So last week, the Bank of Thailand and Security Exchange Commission finally, announced plans to regulate cryptocurrency as a means of payment, while Thailand is making tax rule more friendly to cryptocurrency investors, just like the government of India, who have also proposed taxing crypto transactions at 30%, the highest tax ban in the country. So it's a
India
kind
tax
of
is
a
very high, very, very.
it's high. I mean, looking at today, if you bought a couple of months ago, your portfolio might be at a 50% loss, and then in that loss, paying a 30%. I don't know. I might be wrong here, but
But only
if
you cash it. Only when
so
you cash it, you have to pay 30%.
right. So you guys got to then put in, if Manish is native from the country, the land of India, and if you Manish is saying if you cash out, so if you are already taking a 50% loss, don't cash it out, guys. Just leave it there. Let the bull run, the market come back, rebounds. Put a 30% on top of your, of the price that you bought in to find a break even price, and then stack another. So you got to mostly look at the 1x, 2x. You got to start to look at long-term gains, especially if you're going to cash out the money in India. So
3x,
some
4x at least, yeah.
Yeah, so something to take note, and also to look at the forex conversion. I think that's a very important. You gotta tweak your strategy in terms of taxation as part of your costs, right? So
Looks
keep
like
eyes.
Thailand rules are very relaxed. No ban news has come from Thailand. The
Right.
though the crypto taxes are there, but it's quite reasonable tax amount.
I'm
50%.
okay to pay, Manish,
Yeah, 15%
so long as
is,
they allow me from the DeFi space to bring my money to the CFI and bring that money back into my bank.
yeah.
I'll pay the tax. So that's for me. Of course, we are here based in Singapore, and Singapore fosters entrepreneurship as well as investment, and we are not taxed on capital appreciation yet, right? So Singapore right now is ranked number one in terms of financial or economic freedom here in Singapore, as like Switzerland and
Yeah, there
and
was
other
last time
countries
you
that
used
we
to
have,
show the website where it shows the ranking, right?
as we have covered exactly.
Hmm.
So last news I have is all the world's Bitcoin can only pay up to 2.43% of the 30 trillion US national debt, right? So this is the latest green milestone of the US economy, means that the national debt total now is 4,000% larger than the Bitcoin market. So United States national debt has passed 30 trillion, right? So they are constantly printing money and they're getting more into debt, and they use debt as a leverage to inflate the economy. People are borrowing at 0% interest at the cost of a potential dying dollar. In order to help the dying dollar, the Fed government actually buying junk bonds as well as corporate bonds, right? So they use that based on economics to actually contain, the dying dollar. And it's something that we hope it does not happen, but it will have to happen in the next 10 years, perhaps. I don't know. But we have to see. And hopefully, there's only two channels as we predict. And I'm making this statement as a personal opinion, right? That they may go to gold as always a safe haven when something happens in the market, and potentially Bitcoin, right? So Bitcoin currently now is less worth than 3% of the national debt after 2 years of liquidation injection fueled by even more debt. The Federal Reserve is attempting to rein in on what is becoming practical, incomprehensible, large debt burden. Now, 30 trillion is a number so vast that it will even make the entire cryptocurrency market looks like a drop in the ocean. And we are looking at what our crypto market is close to maybe 2 trillion as of today. We got to check that out. Let's see what's the market today. Total market 1.7 trillion, guys. So the debt is 30 trillion for the entire US, right?
Hmm.
So the sheer size of the total goes unnoticed by Bitcoin, and the debt spiral grows. Purchasing power of the dollar will continue to be sacrificed for political interests of Wall Street bailouts. Now, of course, Chief Strategy Officer of Human Rights Foundation highlighted self-created demand for the US debt, even the dollar value genius design of the international dollar systems over decade to prolong market interest, the need for US debt, even to get clearly discredited. Now, the Fed balance sheet, meanwhile, stands at 8.8 trillion, a new all-time high of its own. So this is the kind of printing that they are doing. Crazy times. So with
Hmm.
printing, we're getting more into debt. People are borrowing cheap dollars and inflating the entire market. So when the bubble pops, we have seen that in the crypto space, guys, especially like Time Wonderland, right? When the bubble pops, it has a cascading effects. People that go long borrowing on their collateral, actually you see a very sharp drop. They say that the bull takes time to climb the stairs, but when the bear comes in, it drops, straight down from the window, right? So the rare point of agreement, Goldbug Peter Schiff, of course we know him, very famous anti Bitcoin. Meanwhile, delivered a grim forecast of the overall debt trend. Now, despite the Fed's alleged commitments to reducing the balance sheet, Sif believes that the 40 trillion mark of total debt will arrive at 2025. Now, his son, Spencer Schiff, popular for his pro-Bitcoin stance, noted that the journey from 20 trillion to 30 trillion had taken less than 5 years. So that means they printed more money than they did in over probably the last 40 years, right? So Cointelegraph has reported extensively benefit of Bitcoin hard supply, fixed issuance, both to ensure that it stays hard for the money and possibly the hardest money ever created. So basically what this is talking about is the supply and demand of Bitcoin as compared to any other. And we know that there's only 2 million left to 2040. And the biggest person who are actually buying or institution is Grayscale. because Grayscale is a hub for the Wall Street traders, because in Wall Street, they have not passed a law where they can actually take investors' money and actually buy Bitcoin, spot Bitcoin directly. So what they do as a workaround is to buy it through Grayscale as a fund. So the fund actually dies. Now, whether the fund Grayscale actually buys spot ETF, I don't know. There's some research I have to do. But if you know, do comment in the section below. Apart from that, of course, we have Michael Saylor, who is hardcore believing that this is not a digital asset. It is a land that they are buying. So if you guys believe in Bitcoin like we do, put that as part of your portfolio every Friday. Spend $100 buy into Bitcoin. Again, this is not financial advice, just education purpose. So that's all I have, guys, today. I'm going to hand over to Manish for the next segment. Join us
Yeah.
daily live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, 11 p.m. Singapore time, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're based in the US and if you like money in crypto, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Manish, take it away.
Yeah, so today I'll be covering since Solana day today. So Solana ecosystem for business payment investment and Web 3.0 relations of Solana. So how it's related to Web 3.0. Let's walk through this very interesting article. So, just to give you a high level view of Web 3.0, and probably later we will cover some more details. So, when talking about Web 3.0, it's important to note a blockchain technology which serves as its base. Blockchain technology, as also known as a distributed ledger technology, add a tremendous value to Web 3.0 core functionality, and while addressing many of the Web 2.0 flow. Uh, to put it another way, blockchain technology is the guide force behind Web 3.0, which allows previously impossible tasks to be accomplished. So later we'll go through how that Web 3.0 is different from 2.0. It's the entire way of operating is has going to be changed. The decentralized things, the word which you would have heard, decentralized, you will see how this Web 3.0 is a decentralized, because in Web 2.0 there was a server client model where there was a server and the client was communicating using that. Like Facebook is one of the example. So what happen is, we connect to server, we serve, we get the data, and we also input our data so that the Facebook or any other platform use that data to earn money for the paid advertisement. Where in 3.0 there be a multiple databases where the data will be synced, and it's not that one server goes down, your entire systems are going, your data will be still will be in the network. So let's walk through it. It's really very interesting, and you will see how Solana is going to leverage on Web 3.0. So blockchain and Web 3.0, we can discover link between blockchain technology and Web 3.0, which aims to revolutionize the internet and the world of finance. By understanding the basic idea behind the blockchain technology, it forms and component that enable it. Okay, so let's talk about how the Solana fits into a Web 3.0. So there are four ways that Solana fits in it at all. First one is the next Web 3.0 social media will be built on Solana. So the price of Solana reached an all-time high of $260 on November 7th, the opening day of Breakpoint 2021. That more Solana is gaining a reputation for its future use case, fitting the characteristics upon which Web 3.0 social media can be built. So, Reddit co founder and the founder of 776 Venture, Alex Ohiano, stated on Monday during that Solana conference that the later company will be creating a 50 million fund of develop social media projects on Solana. So will be exciting how Solana is going to uh, correlate with the social media. So we'll be waiting for that also. So how this project is going to come to public. Let's see. According to the blockchain crypto, Bankman stated that the social media on a blockchain could be absolutely huge. In true, everyone believes that 3.0 can improve the quality of our digital interactions and create more collaborative internet. However, it would require a decentralized structure to not fall into a same pitfall as a centralized web 2.0. So the next way, the second point is Opera partner with Solana. Opera is a browser, you might have heard about it, to bring its Web 3.0 network to a mobile to attract 1 billion users. Opera stated that Solana blockchain has the advantage of great speed and low transaction fee. Fee on Solana cost are as low as 0.00025. So it's damn cost effective, guys, allowing users to scale their project. In addition, they called Solana the most performant blockchain, which gives developers long-term confidence in rising. At the same time, it does not compromise security as well. So that's something which Solana is already creating a buzz, and lots of products on the internet want to use Solana blockchain. So Opera joins force the Solana. The integration with enable Opera Android users to enjoy seamless access to a Solana DApp alongside low fee, fast transactions within the ecosystems, and you will be able to access through Opera in Q1 2022. This is a great news that the internet products are being partnered with this such a famous blockchains. So the third way is Solana Venture launch 100 million Web 3.0 growth fund. So, Reddit co founder Alex Ohana has teamed up with Solana Ventures to launch a new investment fund dedicated to a Web 3.0 and social projects, potentially setting the stage for the next wave of budding crypto startups. And the fourth one is, will this replace Facebook? So, centralized social media platforms such as Facebook are said to generate a hundred of billions of dollars in annual revenue, mostly through advertising and without rewarding content creators for their contributions. While the efforts to decentralize social media have been underway since at least 2017, no blockchain based social projects has reached a mainstream adoption. So these are some points which Solana is going to be on the Web 3.0, and they are bringing us lots of revolutionary ideas. So this is what I was talking about, guys, the centralized versus decentralized. If you can see this, it will give you a lot more information. See, this is the Web 2.0 model, which is called centralized, and where one server is there and through the internet all the devices are connected, where we are heavily dependent on this central servers. This the model called centralized. And after Web 3.0, you can see the decentralized databases are placed across all the internet. So there is no dependency here when the server or client kind of model, because the data are the blockchain, the blocks is traveling through this internet connections to a different decentralized databases, and your data will be accessible. And that's why this Web 3.0 is fast and not dependent on single source, which is very important. So keep in mind, Web 3.0 protocols are going to be a crazy ones. We'll further bring some more articles and some more informations on 3.0s, because there are a lot of things to share, and this 1 hour will definitely not be enough. So we'll be keep on bringing some interesting fact about this Web 3.0. So that's all for today. Let's move on to market side of thing and see how things going for today.
Thanks, Manish. So let's see what's happening over at the market side of things. Let me just share my screen. Bitcoin liquidations. I was just looking at this. Okay, so the market right now is still trading at 20. So hopefully, anything between 10 and 20 is a good sign to actually constantly do dollar cost average as a part of the strategy. All timeless strategy that still work in the crypto space. So you have three types. You go in for the long term investment, trading, as well as gambling, right? So there's that the element of gambling, because sometimes you are going in into new projects that have a great idea, of course, but they haven't gone through audits, they haven't gone through stability over lasting for 1 year at least, or more than 200 days as a lifespan of the project. So most of the projects actually die within 6 months. So you got to be careful when you're making a judgment into trading. So we have looking at the market space. Of course, Bitcoin is just slightly up about 6%. So it's green all over, but as always, now we see this pattern of coming towards the weekend. As Manish always used to say, that weekends always has been good. Only in recent times we have seen very bearish. So we are still not out of the bearish market yet, but of course we still see that there's a plan going on at the back, where we see a lot of whale alerts coming out in terms of movement of Bitcoin out of exchanges into wallets, or wallets into exchanges. So of course, top current coin of the day is Zilliqa. We have top 10 coins: Ethereum, Solana, Zilliqa, Quan, Meta, Diem, Vulcan, Jess, Juno Network, Moon River, and Chiliz. Right, some of the coins that most likely in the top 30s. So looking at, we have about 17 over cryptos, and it's growing daily. 450 exchanges, 1.8 trillion. Bitcoin, of course, and Ethereum takes about 60% of the market. Bitcoin last 24 hours up by 7%, Ethereum 9%, BNB up by 4.21%. USDC, I covered that yesterday, so check out USDC. They are actually looking with a lot of protocol that can actually pay out good APY. So they have been garnering a lot of money, making them into the fifth place for a particular reason, because in bearish market people look for stability. Cardano, of course, up by 3.65%. Solana coming back up 9%, very strong. Love the community. XRP, again, nothing has happening on the lawsuit. They have been delisted from a lot of exchanges. But let me tell you this, guys. Let me tell you this.
Yeah, XRP, I don't know where they are in there.
Yeah, they're still going through certain things with the SEC managed. But once these gates, or once they win, once their litigation and they are get listed back on the exchanges, I can tell you we are looking at an explosion, parabolic move for XRP. They have not been moving for the last 3 years. They've been really stagnant, and in fact,
Yeah.
from a dollar they have
And
dropped.
people are expecting a lot from XRP, I remember.
XRP is a lot. So because of they call it the banker's coin. So this is something to do with cross borders. But there are other tokens that can also do cross borders. But of course, the fraternity of the banking industry, people know people. They move from one bank to another. There's only a few handful of banks. All you need to know is just 20 CEOs of the same bank who believes in you, who come to your house for Christmas for some reason. I mean, this is speculation, guys. Don't take this as an education guess. I'm just stating. So when that happens and they are out of the law, this thing is going to explode. So be prepared. We have holders of XRP ourselves. Next up, of course, is Terra Luna. Terra Luna is doing well. It's stable coin with Anchor, paying about 20 APY. So they're making it to the ninth place. A lot of people are moving their funds over to Anchor, something that myself and Manish will cover maybe in the next few days. Let us know in the comment section, guys, if you want us to actually cover that. Top 10, of course, will be Polkadot. Now, I'll leave this for the last part of the market. Let me just move this around by DEX. This site, CoinGlass, tells you a bit about total liquidation. So you can see that in the last 1 hour, a lot of people are shorting Bitcoin. So they feel
Oh
that
my God.
Bitcoin is not going to even break the 40,000 mark. This is just in the last 1 hour. Now, will they get liquidated? So there's always this. We as retailers always get the end of the stick. The institutions themselves are not playing this kind of trading games. Only the whales are playing this type. So right now, in the last 1 hour, guys, everybody expects Bitcoin to drop. Now, if a bull comes in, a group of people come in and they start to push the price up of Bitcoin, this group of people gets liquidated. And that's how the whales play each other. So that's why dollar cost average always be in the long term. This is a 1 hour period. Let me just see over at the 4 hours. 4 hours period, we don't see that much. The yellow line, of course, shows the price of Bitcoin in correlation to bulls as well as bears, right? So you can see here, they are longing. Bitcoin is there. After the long is done, the Bitcoin price drops. So traders are working that way. Last 12 hours, quite stable along, but this in the last 1 hour or so, you can see this very long liquidation that is coming in. So great site. We haven't explored much of it, but I'm going to check this. So looking at Bitcoin now, let's look at the total market cap right now at 1.5 trillion. Bitcoin right now, you see a very nice surge. Can they break the 40,000 mark? That's a question. And can they stabilize across 40,000 before they move up to 42 and going up to 46 and breaking all-time high? Now, when they break all-time high, you should see a ripple effect of all the tokens. If you're losing about 50% right now, then when Bitcoin breaks its all-time high, you should actually cross back to break even and slightly a bit more for most of your coins. So readjust your positions, learn from this, but readjust your position. That's all I can say. Inflow of money is coming in. As you can see right now, we are almost going to break oversold, means overbought, right? So the RSI is pumping up, bulls are coming in. Now, will this be the bulls versus the bears? I don't know. We'll know soon. Let's see what happens in the next few hours, where US markets, of course, is wake up as Asia goes to sleep, right? So
Yeah.
do check that out. And of course, if you're new to this channel, before I move on to the tweet of the day, remember that this is more of an education channel, not financial advice. We have 500 over videos we have done over the last 1 year. Interviews, how-tos, crypto trends, tokenomics, NFT, blockchain, and soon we will be coming out with a series of courses for free. So join our Telegram group and connect with us at Woodzone. So that's all I have. Manish, take it away.
Yeah, so if you are an Android user, there is a news or a kind of a very comfortable thing which is Strong has bring it up for you guys. Strong has bring up the widget app where you can see your daily earning in your mobile phone in the convenient of just launching the widget. You need not to connect your MetaMask wallet and all those. Of course, your phone wallet will be connected, and using that widget will update you your earnings, your passive earnings, and it'll be easier for you to visualize the earnings. So this is something that you can explore. You can install this app and see your Strongs growing every day. So that's all for today, and see you guys tomorrow with another interesting topics, news, and how-tos.
Thanks, guys. See you tomorrow, same time, same channel.
Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock it tech. You want the chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it straight?